Hello, welcome to Modern Homestead, Alaska. I am Jessica and today is Vlogmas day number 4. We have a ton already going on around here today, and so I am just going to join you in where we're at.
A baby boy was born one day in a stable far away. He nestled in a manger bed. On straw he laid his tiny head. It's Christmas Day all over earth. Let the bells ring out for Jesus' ears birth. It's Christmas Day.
I need to get dinner going. We are gonna be using the wood cook stove to help us because this is gonna cook low and slow for hours. My mom came and got my grandmother for a little bit and I was like, as quick as I can. I have literally her bedding of hers in one washer, one dryer, and in the other washer. It needs to be swapped to the dryer. I'm trying to vacuum. She, for those of you that don't know, my 88, she'll be 89 this month, year old grandmother broke her L1 vertebrae and then had some internal bleeding. And she is like 24-hour care at this point, and she lives with us. And so, hold that thought. I'm gonna start getting stuff in the pot while we talk. Jalapeno. This is leftover onion from last night. I'm gonna kind of put all this stuff in the bottom. And then we're gonna do a moose roast in here that we're gonna turn into kind of like birria type tacos. So a whole onion, a whole head of garlic. Everything down here will go through the blender. We have all kinds of different dried chilies that we can get up here. So I am going to, they will cook and then we'll blend them. So I do try to pop the, because I don't worry about the seeds, I try to pop the hard stems. These are fried chipotles. That saves me because I was gonna go for a can of chipotles. Some kind of California chili. Really hot. I wonder if those smell spicy, but they smell delicious. I'll do well, 4, because that's what I have in my hand. And this one says a New Mexico chili. You smell a little bit sweeter, but hot. Whoops. So, let's do 4 of those. For the juices, so just so you know, this is a wood cook stove. It's kind of the centerpiece of our kitchen and it heats our house, and it is so cold out that this runs 24/7. And then I love having the cooktop because if you're gonna be heating, you might as well be cooking. Right, that's why we look the way we do. So at least 2 cans of beef broth. Normally it's gonna call for like fresh tomatoes. I don't have any. Wyatt went to grab me some cilantro. Maybe he'll grab some tomatoes too. So I'm just gonna do a can of crushed tomatoes. I grabbed out a whole menagerie of spices. So let's hit it with some green chilies. These are not spicy. I go through these like crazy. I buy like 5 pounds at a time off Costco. Not Costco, off Amazon actually. And then I'm gonna do a couple of bay leaves. These I'll fish out. And then I won't actually blend those down. Cinnamon, a lot of Mexican food, but I'm talking like a pinch, that. It just, we want a little note on the back that we're not quite sure what it is. Okay, seasoning, let's do some salt. It's a huge chunk of meat. Garlic powder. Let's do onion powder. Ooh. That was that. Let's do chili powder. Not too much. I maybe did a tablespoon at most. Where's the cumin? I knew it. I knew I was forgetting something. A little bit of cumin. Because that's my favorite Mexican influenced spice. All right, I'm gonna give this a stir just to get the spices down in the broth.
American flag.
I have this beautiful, last night we did for family dinner night, I took one of these moose steaks or roast or whatever it is. It's just off the back of the moose. That's all I put on there is moose back. And it's so beautiful. I'm just gonna lay that on top and then just make sure it's completely covered. But what I did with it last night is I sliced it and pounded it out, and we did chicken fried moose steaks. Oh my gosh, they were amazing. And so today I thought I would try and make like a beia type moose shredded beef basically, but it's moose instead. So it'll be lovely tacos, and then it can cook all day in this beautiful, I just got this pan from Erin for our anniversary in November. It's the nicest Dutch oven that I have. So this has actually got a coating even though it's dark inside, and I think it'll hold up better over time because all the food we do tends to stain the white lining. So I'm gonna get a little more beef broth because this needs to be covered. Oh my gosh, by the time I put that together, Wyatt walked in the door and he did buy a handful of tomatoes. So you can use fresh tomatoes on this, or the canned ones, I think work just as well. Please use this topping. It is so beautiful out. Wyatt's outside getting me some drone footage for the opening shots. Our goal is to actually get this room done. Look, I have a sleeping little pit bull. We got the kitchen done yesterday. We have dinner on the way, and then my grandma's gonna be on her way back, sorry about that, on her way home soon. And so we're gonna go in and get her room done. All right, so back to the hold your thought, my grandma. Yeah, so she's 24-hour care. I can't leave the house very often. If I do, someone stays with her for me. But when she has appointments, my mom and I have been splitting those and sharing in the burden of also taking her to all of the different doctor's appointments. And today my mom said, do you want to go? We can have lunch. And I said, I just need to wash her bedding. I need to get her room clean for her. When you have a broken spine like what she does, we went through this with Wyatt, the boy that's here at the house today. He was 17 when it happened, going on 18. He's 18 now. And it is a long healing process. We're talking like 8, 10, 12 weeks of just laying and doing nothing. And so it's a very difficult to be stuck in the bed for all of that time. So my goal is that when she comes home today, all of her sheets are nice and clean. And then the one set, if it's white, I like to run it on a bleach load, and that takes, you know, an hour and 20 minutes, something like that. So enough chit-chatting. Let me vacuum up this room, and then we can go clean the living dining area there. My grandma just got back. Say hi, Gmom.
Hi.
You got your winter coat on?
I've got my winter coat on and my
Toboggan. Yeah. Yeah, she just got back. Her stuff isn't done, so she's gonna hang out here with me while I do a little bit of Christmas decorating.
And we went to Chippos or Cheapos.
Chippos is where Erin and I went on Friday night.
Oh, is it? I like that place.
You like their chicken tortilla soup?
Yeah, that's what I had.
That's what you
And
had?
I brought,
Oh, cute! You guys got that little fireplace for me? All right. Are you gonna have that for dinner tonight, or I'm making some birria tacos? Maybe you
I
can,
can just eat the leftover soup, honey.
or we can save it for lunch tomorrow.
Either one or both. There may be enough soup in there for me both times.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take everything off of this mantle and get it a good clean.
It really is.
Gets so dusty, huh?
Oh, dust everywhere, honey. Can't get rid of it.
Erin and I had this made. This is a huge piece of a burl, which they grow in the trees up here. Some sort of bacteria or whatever it is gets into the trees, and then they produce these great big lumps on them. And so this decorative bowl, which weighs a ton and was not cheap, someone local made this out of a burl as well. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, it is.
It weighs so much. What does it say? Large, real wood burl. And it doesn't tell us who made it. Who made it. I left the sticker on it, but like even the design underneath the bowl there, the knots. Gorgeous!
Yeah, check it.
And it goes so beautifully. So I think we're gonna put this one in my grandma's room because of how small it is. We'll do something different upstairs. My grandmother had a doctor's appointment and then some stuff at the hospital. And the hospital has a little gift shop. So instead of dragging her around some extra places, we went into the little gift shop and they had these weights because this mantle, I just do not want to nail things into it. And these are supposed to hold the stockings. And I'm hoping, and if not, we have a beautiful mantle in our basement that we built all of the metal surround like this last year. So I'm gonna see if these will work and if the stockings, there's our stockings. Okay. We'll see if the stockings will hang above this stove. That's the broken one that needs fixed. Here we go. Let's try. There they do. All right, so I'm gonna do this first, but I want to do like candles and stuff up here with the colors. We'll put the big live tree right here in between these windows. And yeah, let me get these set up. So this is Ms. Cody's. Then I get questions sometimes about, we have an oldest son. He lives in another state. He was already graduated high school and went to college before we ever even moved here. He is a senior, he is an athlete, and he just is not part of the YouTube channel, and he keeps his life private that way. And so we just respect that. And so he does get a stocking because he is our child, and we want to remember him at Christmas time. Even though we don't do videos with him, he is still absolutely one of our children and part of the family. And we just have to respect on YouTube when someone just doesn't want to be featured on a YouTube channel where they don't kind of have control of the content. So this, why is this so cute though? This little part broke off this stocking last year, and I left it because we used to hang them on these sconces that I made. And so I have a safety pin. Hopefully this will work. I think I'll put some pine cones back in the bowl because the tree has like natural elements with the pine cones. And I love them. And I thought what I would do is tuck some Christmas balls in.
A baby boy was born one day in a stable far away. He nestled in a manger bed. On straw he laid his tiny head. It's Christmas Day all over earth. Let the bells ring out for Jesus' whose birth. It's Christmas Day all over earth. Let the bells ring out for Jesus' whose birth. The shepherds came from near and far, guided by a lonely star. The wise men traveled night and
I took stuff down. Okay, these are totally ruined. This is this giant thing. I found these in the package of stuff that I didn't use last year. They kind of have this beautiful cranberry color to them, but they're ruined. So I thought it needed a little bit of bread. I don't know how well you can see it, but we'll just go until we hit. Here we go. There's a mess.
Savior for the human race. So every year on Christmas Day, we'll thank dear God in our own.
I think that's what it needed. A touch of red and a little less stuff. So we'll find some place for these little candle holders, but that is how it ended up. And then when it gets dark, I'll just turn this on so we can see the ambiance of the fire and the stockings and all the things. And then these little ladders, these Christmas ladders, I think they're so cute. And what I'd like to do is when I get Christmas cards, hang them on there. And so what I think I'm gonna do is hang them on these wall sconces. Oh, hold on, sisters. Epic fail. Oh, so the command strips don't hold that. It came tumbling down, hit Wyatt's stocking. That's being super glued together. I don't know how well it'll hold up. And so I'm gonna race off tomorrow in the morning and see if I can buy one more before that. It's like a little bitty gift shop. I don't know that they would have anymore. So taking a deep breath. I just said stop and then went and put my grandma's last load of blankets in the dryers. She's just hanging out for right now with her little heated blanket and her new little wood stove looking space heater. And I'm just gonna clean this room. I have so much going on, so many pillows and blankets. All of that needs to get washed, and I might just start throwing some loads of these in. I just got off a long phone call with another YouTuber, a good friend of mine. So, voila, I cleaned this room, and now it looks like it's the middle of the night, and it's not. Aaron's not even home from work. It is just really, really dark out. So I'm gonna check on dinner and then we're gonna go make Gmom's bed because I'm sure she's ready to crawl into that. She's just been hanging out. She's fine. She has blankets and all that. So let me check dinner. It smells amazing. Okay, here in a little bit we'll shred it apart. Let me get some wood in the fire. I was gonna show you her room again for those of you that haven't seen it. I did a whole video on it, I can link. But Alzheimer's dementia is a, how do you say it nicely? Oh, there's no way of saying it nicely. So what she was doing was in there pulling apart the tree. So I just picked up the pieces she threw on the floor. It doesn't always make sense what is going on in their head. So it's it's part of life. It's part of our home. It's part of every day. But to keep her, you know, keep someone off of YouTube when they're having an episode is the best thing that I can do for her. So I'm just laughing because what can you do? It's a tree. She pulled the decorations out of it, wants to do something different. She's here, she's healing, she is alive, and she still has so much to give our family. So laugh about the tree because life is what it is. I got this done. I'm going to look around. I have all the pillows and blankets. They've been washed and dried. And I am going to actually finish this room today if it is the last thing I do. My little tipper girl is really old and she gets on this couch all the time, and these couch covers, fuzzy, furry, they work fantastic. I just washed it and dried it. It's ready to go. Our amazing neighbors, Carolyn made me that quilt, and I love to have it out and displayed, but I'm so paranoid of everyone ruining it. So hardly anyone ever sits in this rocking chair. It is so sweet, the kindest gift. So we had it out all last winter. We had it on the back of the couch and then on this chair. I think it'll get less wear being over there, and I just love it. Like all of the colors just match our house, the blacks and the reds and all of that. So it's just fantastic. Such a sweet, sweet gift. And so looking around, it is another sentimental room of, other than the little things up there, nothing is new. We have just reused everything from years past, and maybe I could do better on the couch, some new throws or something like that. We'll just see if that's in the cards for us. And then I'll get the coffee table pulled together, and I finished a room. With the day, like I've said, being a full-time caregiver is its own task. And so, but this is the real life. This is what it is. And so this is why we're taking our time and not losing our minds. If I had committed to finishing something astronomical today, it wouldn't have gotten done. And I'd have felt like I was letting myself or you, the viewer, or someone down, and I just don't feel that way. In fact, I can smell dinner, and it smells amazing, and Aaron's on his way home, so let's finish up dinner and just be done. I wanna light some candles, have the low lights, and the Christmas, and all of that, and just enjoy my evening. Let me just show you before I get in here and start making a mess. I will get everything behind me mopped today and done. Starting at a chair here, we have Roberto. He's already come in, made himself at home. Isn't that just so fun? Oh, I love, love, love candles. Just some cheap candles. It's too hot for me to turn that on. So I love to just put like some festive things in there. A little Santa. We have the cute little coffee table, the couch. I will figure the other stuff out. That's my goal for tomorrow, that chunk and the front porch. But we have the kitchen clean and put back together. Dun, dun, dun. Now let's make dinner. Let's get started homemaking some refried beans. Just getting a pan going, and then I'm gonna throw a couple of slices of bacon in here to get the fat. And then I'll just render down the bacon. So, and then, all right. So gorgeous. We are gonna pull this moose roast out and then turn everything left in here into sauce. I want some juice. And then there together, that's the beia sauce. I'm gonna taste it for like salt, anything that needs correcting. That is killer. Oh. Just pull the bacon. We're gonna go in with the beans. And then you can season up refried beans however you like, or not at all. Not too much. And then we're gonna let these cook for a few minutes, and then we'll use the stick blender on them. I want to break this up. It's a little bit hot. I can handle it, but not quite. So let's help with a knife. Oh. Okay, we're gonna let that cool a little because we actually want it, we're gonna do something special. Aaron had made those egg rolls. And so now we just have open egg roll wrappers. So we are gonna fry beia and then do the dipping of the, doesn't that sound fantastic? You're gonna love it. Hot. All right, so we'll just do some toppings on this really beautiful Christmas dish that I figured, why wait until just Christmas? Why not use it early? So, I'm gonna pull a little of the stem out of the tomato, but I just thought kind of make the toppings on the side. Beia, it's gonna be lime. I don't have any lime, but I did have some lemon, so I cut up a lemon. But I thought some fresh tomatoes, some cilantro, some jalapeno, some onion, any of that would be fantastic. And you just kind of work it in there on the taco. So next, let's do some white onion, half of that. Save the other half for tomorrow's dinner. We're gonna put a fine dice on the jalapeno. I'm not gonna eat it, but Aaron is going to, absolutely. So I just run my knife through and kind of quarter it, holding it together. I'm able to chop it pretty quick and easy. Aaron just walked in. So I'm gonna slice the lemon into wedges. And then just put a chop on some cilantro.
What's in the works over here, Chef?
Oh, it's gonna be moose beia, but I thought since you already opened those egg roll wrappers, we're gonna fry the beia and then dip it in the sauce. So it was a little hot for me to shred up by hand, so All right, before I get rolling these, I have a little queso fresco here, the crumbly Mexican cheese. We'll crumble that apart. All right, I'm just gonna use this stick blender and make them refried. Okay, so I double wrapped them, first in saran wrap and then in a Ziploc bag. These only last a couple days after you open the package, even after you wrap them up, because they get all dried out. So these are those wonton egg roll wrappers. So we're gonna get to rolling. Erin also got this cheese, so now I don't have to shred any cheese up, but I thought a little cheese with the mousse. So half of a piece of cheese. The mousse is fantastic. So a good amount of meat. I shouldn't put like the onions and stuff in, right? I should just, we're gonna dip it. I made the beautiful sauce with all the chilies. You know what I mean? Yeah. I shouldn't put like the onions and stuff in it, right? Okay. Here we go. Nice, wrapped up. We have hot oil at least 350 degrees. These are gonna be amazing. Ew.
Yep.
Give me that.
What do you need?
You got refried beans and cheese. Here they are. So all the toppings, jalapenos, onions, cheese, cilantro, and you just dip them in the, I think it's called consomme, but it's the beia sauce.
Oh yeah?
Cheese, onion. It's right. It's gonna be hot, I think.
How is it? How am I supposed to like everything? Do this?
You just do whatever you want. Whatever you get the feels for. I guess you could top it and then cut them up. I don't know.
Just doing it how the chef
Some
says.
cilantro. Onion. I think you could put it all on top, like a taquito. Oh,
Very good.
yeah.
Huh.
You gotta stick everything to the beans. The lemon. I did good on the sauce this time, huh?
Did.
People ask all the time what mousse tastes like.
Delicious.
I know. It's like, maybe it's not as mild as beef, but it is the most mild of all the game meats I've ever ate. What do you think? Well, there we have it, friends. I got everyone fed. The house is cleaned up. I'm gonna go put on some PJs and just hang out with Erin for a little while before we head off to bed. So I hope you enjoyed some time with us today. I know I sure enjoyed spending some time with you. I got so much done. I hope you have a productive day as well whenever this video is reaching you. And above all, I hope that you're blessed. I hope you find something to be thankful for. And I hope to see you in the next video. You can make sure that happens by hitting the subscribe button. If you ring the bell, you'll get notification. Thumbs up, comments, and sharing our videos all help our channel to grow, and we greatly appreciate when you guys participate in those things. With that, I'll see you tomorrow.